back. Nobody's viewing yet, but I just need to set this up in the other room briefly. Okay. It did say I thought that there was somebody there. Be sure I did. But I can't remove it. That's weird. Usually that's not counting. I don't know if I want these socks on right now, but let's just go downstairs and we'll go from there. Okay. And I have it on all chat, so that's the best I can probably do. And we'll bring this down and this. Okay. Well, for this little bit, even though I might be moving around doing some stuff, I might want the music on. And we got somebody here, and we got the dog being good. Since coming downstairs, he hasn't had a quick look earlier because he wasn't downstairs for very much for a nap as the stuff we brought home, and he's not looking at it too closely, so that's good. It's like mostly stuff for the pantry and non-edible stuff, so, but, okay, just because it's something I just want to come here for a moment, which I want. And also, okay, here it is. I'll try and get it perfect so that I don't have to fiddle with it too much. It actually looks like it almost instantly is already set well. Now, just out of curiosity, nope, you have to do that way. And that tab's loading much quicker. So I'm just doing a little bit of multitasking, but welcome, welcome. I've been only rolling about 5 minutes. Glad to have you here, even though you left. Whoops. Oh, I either came back or somebody else is here. and I welcome you. I'm just doing a brief bit of multitasking here. Oh, let's look at that. It's already on the live tab. And, at the same time, I'm not sure if I can think of anything else I want to put there yet. Oh, I can think of one thing. I do think of one thing. And see, even this device, it seems to be being slow to bring that up for some weird reason. And I think earlier today when I was doing one, it showed just fine. So I don't know. It looks like the tab, whoops. This is what I want to bring up. It looks like it loaded fine. But I guess I could, no, it's still trying because it hasn't given, okay, here we go. Here we go. For those that see this after, you're welcome to skip ahead a bit to get to the content. I've had a pretty active social day, kind of, sort of. And I'm just gonna do this leisurely. Yeah. So, yeah, did I get togethers earlier? And I guess saying here it's my thing, but whatever. But did so, and so now I'm available for this. And I realize that a couple of the people that fairly often in the chat, which is sometimes quieter than other times, are probably celebrating. One I'm not sure, but probably as well. And their time zones are pretty close to mine. Trying to think. The one guy, where did he say he was? Virginia. Yeah, I would imagine that's probably pretty close. So, they may be heading to their families for dinner. I don't know why that one's on the top, because it wasn't the most recent one. I didn't think, unless I accidentally clicked it. And that's weird. That it's not via the other device. And I wanted to check and see if that Scottish lady that put a couple comments the other day, I wanted to see if she subscribed, and I meant to do that before I started, but I forgot. And I think I can only do that via the cell phone. But that's weird that the thingy doesn't show that, but the other device does. Well, eventually, we'll be wrapping up, and it is something, a couple of the things from it are there, but it was like showing a playlist mix or whatever, and not the individual ones, but just the thing, and then you click in and see, yeah, which was a bit annoying, but at least it did that. Okay, so, what do I want to do next? Well, I've been noticing my health symptoms a bit more, and I've got a doctor's appointment booked early January. Yeah, it's been definitely, like I say, a bit more noticeable, which has been a bit more annoying because of that, right? But, and I also feel like it might be having something, or that might just be temporary, because it's not like at all. But anyway, so, one thing I do want to do is, and this will actually remind me, not that I'm likely to forget, but, is get my coffee. It hasn't been, well, I mean, I drank coffee this morning. It's been about the usual amount of time since. But, good boy. If I start doing stuff out here, he might be curious. Right now I'm going to turn that off. It's been, yeah, about the usual amount of time since I do it, I just kind of uncomfortable anyway, regardless of standing or sitting. But it's been, this just looks kind of interesting the way those are laying there. Or sometimes I'll have like, and I don't have that feature on the read it, but like I'll have the one device kind of stacked almost at corner to corner. One corner to one corner. The old phone and then this one. Oh, that's the other thing I might put, just while I'm thinking to do it. I think I left it open on here. Okay. So, yes, it's only 4:20 almost. Seriously, it really felt like it was at least 5, maybe 6. Although, we definitely got up well before the drive was finished. We definitely, both in the house definitely had a short nap. He wanted to enjoy that little bit of, and I guess me too a little bit, but, him more so. Why is this thumb so tender? It's not the way I got my nail cut, unless it's an ingrown nail that I can't see. Anyway, the little bit of sunlight while it was still out, and yeah, I just wasn't really sleeping. The body, when I have a full 7 to 8 hours, I'm sleeping better. And it doesn't always take me that long. I mean, these symptoms have been especially noticeable the past almost 2 weeks. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't take me that long. Noticing that I think my shirt's reading backwards this time. So, what do people ask what? But yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it kind of takes a while to yeah, I mean, definitely my body's speaking louder at times, and that's more of a distraction, whether the mind is a little bit, which is almost always, or, a lot, it's especially iffy combination when it is the mind only a little active because, I slowed down, you're in bed, but then the body. So, yeah, but I'm looking to see what I can do to improve that. So, yeah. And even the past week and a half, I've still, about 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours is a lot of time. So if I'm missing an hour or two, I may just not really be noticing it that much. Then I have my coffees and, yeah, it's not like, I have a pretty laid-back lifestyle for the most part these days. So, so yeah. There was somebody very briefly there. I feel like I can't be on my feet right now. They're kind of a little tender anyway, but especially, I noticed a couple things that I'm probably going to mention to the doctor that I hope don't mean that I'm soon to have like really severe limb issues. So I'm going to put this here for now because I probably won't be out here very long, and then I'll want to plug it in out there. Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm also going to put this light on and that light. It's going to be pretty relaxed. So that's good. Get a good cup here. Yeah. Okay, the charger, I guess, is already out here. Yeah, I see it. top of my finger, and it kind of bent my wrist in a certain way against the coffee table. But yeah, my thumb, I noticed it actually in water was more sensitive. So yeah, I was talking with the other person in the house, and we had a very big lunch. And unless we have a late dinner, it's just the two of us because we did our other things. Like I say, I'm thinking we might not really do much. I was looking forward to making a big feast tonight, but we could back to work. I think you said Monday. We could I used to get those kind of rust spots on my lower back. We could totally, like years ago, we could totally, we could do it tomorrow instead. I mean, yeah, tomorrow's not promised. I understand that, but is having that meal tonight really that crucial? That's what I don't know. But tomorrow might be. Oh yeah, when you're not giving blood, then you're not getting it to your body unless you get cuts, right? Might be the better option. Yeah, he was going to put out this feed. We have too much that. But I mean, I think we could stand to have elements, eh? I think we could stand to have it. And if he doesn't want it down there, we'll find a spot for it. But like, we almost needed it this year, but we got a big bag of rice in a burlap bag, and I used that for somebody. The stuff I had today, I just brought in bags that I brought home. I just kind of said, here's this for you. Yeah, it was like that, but they weren't expecting anything anyway, and I had a couple other things in there that weren't the gift, but I was a little bit short on gift bags, but it's the thought that counts in the items more than it is the gift. But yeah, I can't be on my feet for too long, I sort of feel, so let me get that coffee happening. Yeah, I might just have that, which is not much. I'm sort of craving, or maybe what I'll have is that one little container from the agency meal. We've also done a couple famous things. For anybody who's seeing this, I should have said it a bit sooner, but especially if it's your first time here. But for anybody who's seeing this and they're like, can't help but feel a little bit jealous that it sounds like I've had a, busy and connected Christmas. I mean, I almost didn't. And, but the thing is that I kind of went, I guess you could say, out of my, I went out of my, I looked past some of my mixed feelings and managed to have a pretty good time. I have that video I did last night that I think has some really good, unique tips in it. And even though it's a longer video, there were times where I was a bit slower. There was a mildly slow start. I think I got into that one about 10 or 15 minutes in. Then there was, yeah, it's still sending that, and I can't resend it easily because it's a clip. Then there was, it's just being wonky and doesn't want to behave. I do kind of want to have this open to this. I do kind of. Yeah, where's the thing? Oh, here it is. As much as I want to have it open to this video. Okay, well I guess I could toggle, woggle. Yeah, I'm on enough. Like my feet feel a little bit. Well, I think it is with this neuropathy and this and that I'm dealing with. is that, they just feel the cold tile a little bit differently, a bit more sensitively. But I don't think my feet are really that cold. It might even be a bit of fasciitis. I don't know how one would diagnose the difference between that fasciitis and he doesn't struggle with it. His knees got better. But, and the neuropathy. But it's, I did hear a phrase, and I thought that he had said something about hearing that too, about how it can be better to wear socks inside than bare feet, or maybe it was the opposite of that. I can't remember, but anyway, I feel like it might be a bit softer. I actually got a pair of slippers today, and I feel too young for them almost, but at the same time, it's kind of like with the feet kind of going through feeling cold more often, it might be worthwhile. So I don't know. I kind of want to say pick a bag, 1 through 4, but nobody's here at the moment. There was somebody very briefly there. That would be a fun way to do it. He's going to probably be like, I want to get these bags, emptied as soon as possible. I think I'm good, eh? You being a good boy. Watch the me. Yeah. What I could do is make a couple elements of the feast, but yeah, maybe closer to 8 o'clock, and then do the whole thing I have planned tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm thinking about it. So the dog's over there, even though I'm doing this stuff, and I think I'm not curious about this. But think other people, but I understand. But I've done my stuff, so I'm otherwise kind of bored and happy to have company. So that's why I'm doing this. Concept. So if it says 4, that's accurate. 5, count that. I guess that was just his music I briefly heard. Yeah, I kind of want to do it that way. I may not talk about everything in the bag, but that's kind of what I want to do. It would make sense to look at the rest of this. I pretty much know what it is, but it would make sense to do that. I don't know. I kind of want to keep the bag there. I like that vibe. Weird. We also have another license plate off, so we really should do that. I want to do it with other bag afterwards. You could do it from that. I mean, people shouldn't judge if we were, but people do that kind of thing, right? Kind of reminds me of something. I was somewhat surprised that Deep Gary, that he asked me to say something well, I don't know if I want to mention it, and maybe not this early in. Okay, I guess my coffee will be done. I feel like I want to have something with it, and I don't know what. I really didn't have that much desserts. Actually, I made a joke that she got fruit because she forgot to get the actual dessert. And it sort of seemed like that, or she forgot to put it out a little after. But that's, But it's Christmas, so I can have a 2-bite cupcake. The icing's not that sweet on them, so they can't be that, terrible. When this has to be plugged in, I've already got it set up over here. I'm going to do that. I have to get that pie over there. I don't know how big that last piece is, but it looks like a fairly decent size. There was something else that came out here. Oh, right. Make sure that that's reachable. It actually indicates that there's, via the computer, that there's somebody watching, but it doesn't say that via the cell phone. I don't know if it's just on a delay, maybe. I don't know if there was anything else. I mean, that cupcake went down the hatch pretty quickly, so I mean, I don't know. The only thing I could think of that I for sure want to do out here is maybe find something to have with my coffee. Yeah, it's a little on the sweet side. It's not bad. I mean, I know we have a bag of food here. Like I said, they were not company before too. Even though I tried to talk with G before I started about this, I think we still have to decide. I think we will eventually eat dinner. It's just we might do the big dinner later because of the lunch we had. So he sounds like he's okay with that. So I think we'll have the. So if you'd like to participate, if you'd like to pick a number between 1 and 4, I've got a few bags here in front of me that I'd like to empty at least one for now. I know G probably won't want these sitting in here even the rest of the night, but I can make a bit of progress. Maybe I'll even say pick 2. Okay, now there was somebody very briefly there. Like I could pick one myself, but where's the fun in that? That being said, I'm getting a quick preview. There's not a ton in this one, and I'm previewing it, and I don't know if there's anything that interesting or exciting in it. I mean, happy to get it, happy to receive it. So if you want to pick a number between 1 and 3, cooked in coconut oil. Chips cooked in coconut oil, that's different. That's interesting. Yes. That's not bad. If I'm going to drink hot chocolate, I might more likely drink it that way. Although, I'm sorry, turtles, chocolate, it's about the nuts too. Those Danishes were quite nice. It's about the pecans or whatever they are. Without that, it's hard to really call it that, as I would say. Well, it looks like I got anyway. When she was thinking about how I should eat more of it, she didn't say she had put it in the thing, which actually he must have looked at, but that's okay because it was kind of for both of us. We got you, we got somebody here, and I want to welcome you. This is my tricolor pasta. Never heard of that brand. Well, most of it is. So I mean, if somebody was vegan or had an allergy to egg, that would be very hard to avoid. Because the eggs are in a lot of stuff, just like sugar, right? And apparently 2 veggies. Well, there's the orange and the green, so. And actually, there's not that much, but it's a similar kind of pasta, but there's not that much of it there. And I'm tempted just to make this with it. We eat a lot of pasta, but this is healthy pasta. You know, healthier, possibly. And, yeah. I am kind of craving burgers. I am. Maybe I'll just do like 1 or 2 each instead of like 4 each. It's just again a matter of if I have dinner at kind of our usual time, which is often closer to 8ish, or if I try and do it sooner. I just don't want to be standing in the kitchen too much longer. So, and I mean, I don't want to force myself, you know, to eat. You know, like I say, we had a good lunch out with some family members and an additional person. Like, and I'm, you know, that doesn't feel like it was all that long ago, you know. And my system's telling me I don't need much, I think. So Okay, well, I went through that bag. It doesn't really look like I made much of a dent in things. But, so what else do I want to do? I'd like to have something else with my coffee. That, because it's actually a little on the sweet side. Although, sometimes I worry if I put a full cup back, my mind might think, oh, was there something about it that I decided I didn't want it? So I try not to top it off if I'm not going to drink it currently. But that is mine in there. So maybe just simply topping it off will make it. Somebody tuned in and they're like, and as interesting as your Christmas is pouring coffee on a live stream. Just kidding. They didn't say that, and that would have been pretty quick to judge. Because it'll get more interesting. Hopefully I got rice. Oh, that's needed. I want to say something for a moment. I would plug this in. I will. I want to have it good for when he gets down, but he's going to be doing some other stuff, and it's fine. I just want to see something for a moment here, because I didn't really spend a lot of time, and I may have done it just... No, I think I did it. Yeah, and it actually doesn't even show here. So I'm not really sure what it does there. Not really sure. Not really sure. I don't feel like anyone yet, I haven't been rolling super long, I don't feel like anyone's necessarily been here long enough to check and see if there may be chats that one of our devices is showing but this one isn't. So maybe you'll be that person. I don't know. I'll say season's greetings. If you left, so never mind that then. One person said, I'll say what makes most sense to me, but that's not meaning to, take away from anybody else's beliefs. And I didn't mind that, but, I don't know. I mean, it's the time of year, and if I'm going to do it all, this would be the time of year to do it. Alright. Wondering, I've been using chapstick if it's your first time here, and that I said chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not is what I usually say. Oh, when he's done up there, I'll go look. I really would like to play this bag game. I want to give it a bit more time, see if it might, if that might transpire into anything. And I wish this was called Trails as opposed to Snap Mix. Because that's exactly what it is. That's what it should be called. And there's raisins in it, so, which I pick out. It's funny, my mother was saying about the breakfast casserole she made today. She was like, you can pick the sausage out if you don't like it. And it's like, I almost want to pick the sausage out because that's what I like best. I understand vegans, I understand vegetarians, it's just too hard. Anyway, G has a sister that was... I think the niece as well, that is vegan, vegetarian. I just didn't like this about it. But I'm glad that she was thankful. And I know I covered that in my previous video. Anyway, that was vegan, vegetarian, but I think she just found, she wasn't, eating enough. And apparently there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. And I can't remember which one she said that she was, her levels were lower in, but, shh, please. But at this point in time, I don't even think I could eat lightly. Unfortunate, but true. Like I say, we'll try it at the usual time. Gives me a bit more time, really. But yeah, if that's not displaying right, it was. I thought maybe I've only been looking on this phone. And also, if you're wondering, I have anemia, so arms and my shoulders get cold sometimes, but the sweater would be on and off, on and off. Even a light one, I think, if I wore them too much. I wore one when we were in the car. I think I briefly have my window down. And when we got to our relatives, I think I was at the table about 15 minutes and I took it off. I was kind of surprised I went that long. You know, and it was probably fairly comfortable in the house, but just like, you know, it is actually fairly warm in here. But yeah, you know, like I say, my symptoms actually, I may not have realized they were symptoms of anything for a while, but I think they've been going on at least somewhat longer than I've realized. You know, and so, like, feeling, I don't think I experienced those very much, like, moments where, I mean, some people would say it's normal, but yeah, it shouldn't be normal when the heat is at 68 to 70. I mean, that's what the temperatures are there. How's that? Celsius, you know, I mean, right? Yeah. I know that is a metric, but I don't know if thermostat is that. You know, I mean, and I definitely feel really warm sometimes too easily too, so, I don't know, I'm basically getting my thing from that, you know. I think that, the two almost issues, and another way of saying it was otherwise fine, and the thing about Elizabeth, that's the things about talking about Kat. And I think I talked with her Monday or Tuesday. I know she said she usually can't do Mondays, but I thought that's what we confirmed it at. It's one of the 2 days, so if the call doesn't come in by 8:15 Monday, then it'll be 8:15 Tuesday. So, you know, just trying to keep the momentum going, but now I'm going to hush until somebody's here. Watch, as soon as I take a break, somebody will show up. It's not a bad coffee, actually. Not a good one, but not bad. I really want to play that game. But there's nobody here to play it, so I'll wait. Yeah, the rooster brand of that bastard just came out. But I should put it there because he now knows that we got two, because he thought that was the one that we got, but it wasn't. So, you know, he's going to want to see them both there. You're being good over there? Okay, I'll bring you for your walk shortly. My body is not up to it. I can barely stand in the kitchen, like I said. And it's kind of a bit cold out. It doesn't look super windy, but it's cold and it's starting to become night and it's therefore kind of dark and gloomy, and I'm just not feeling it. Even though he's got his difficulties too, I think he's doing a bit better than me, so I'll host a podcast and hope that it gets a bit more activity very soon. I love this deep purple color. I do have a bit of an interactive game if you'd like to play, and we can chat, and I can do music, and yeah, like I say, had that big lunch, and yeah. But if I was to go with my cravings, like right now, this stuff feels too heavy. Do I want to have those steak things? Do I? Those beyond whatchamacallit steak things. And I don't know if I'm going to like this, but I'll try it. I maybe do. I may even do in the pasta instead of a couple of pierogies on the side. I think it's starting to shape up. Whether I'm going to eat it or not. Plus, it's been a can. I really, I don't think it should be sold in a can and not kept refrigerated. You got to think that it's very, very processed. And I did make a comment about mercury too, and I wasn't talking about Freddy. So I'd be almost curious to hear the doctor's perspective on that. Like, I know what's in that stuff over there. And, I don't know if it's anything I feel needs to rush. But what we could do is put some of this stuff in that bag or just put one of these bags over there. But I kind of like having that bag there, to be honest. But if we do have a customer coming box and if they happen to come through this way and then go out that way, notice, it's just a clothing apparel bag, but it's got an image on the front that people may not judge. But, Well, once this has to plug in, you bet I'm going to go out there and do it. And it technically does now. It's at 23%, and it drops very quickly, rather. I do wish that this cord was a little longer, but what can you do? See, it did that stupid thing again. Ah, how annoying. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap up and roll again in a moment.